Why does it excite them so much?
We don't know, really.
If we knew, we'd form another group and be managers.
9, 10.
On the 25th of August, the Beatles conducted what would be their final press conference together as a foursome at the Edgewater Inn in Seattle, Washington. This was the same hotel where they had stayed for one night on their 1964 tour and fished out of their hotel room window. This short 8-minute press conference was squeezed in between an afternoon and evening show at the Seattle Coliseum. The Beatles looked tired, having arrived in the early hours of the morning from their LA tour base. John begins by batting off a quick reply about his role in the Dick Lester black comedy due to be shot in Spain after the tour and released the following year.
John, could you please tell me something about your new movie, How I Won the War?
Pardon? Will you tell us something about your new movie?
Oh, I don't know anything about it except for I'm in it, and it's about the last World War.
Interest then turns to Paul and a fourth Canadian report that his then girlfriend Jane Asher is about to fly in that night and to marry him.
I'd like to address a question to Paul McCartney. Would you confirm or deny the report of your marriage to Jane Asher in Seattle this evening?
Tonight, yeah.
What time and where?
Tonight, I can't tell you that now, can I? I can't tell you. I couldn't tell you. It's a secret. We don't know people there, do we?
You are confirming the report?
No, I'm not really. It was just a joke. Who started this? Anyone know? Does anyone know? I just got in today and found out I was getting married tonight.
The report came originally from the Canadian press.
Well, do you want to ask them about it then? Because they seem to be organised.
With the statement that Jane Asher is doing here tonight, is she?
Well, I don't know about it if she is. You know, I really don't.
Do you know this Jane Asher?
I've heard of her, yes. Yes.
But she's not coming in on the plane.
Yes, she's a friend.
Are you reporting? Is she coming in tonight?
No, she is not coming in tonight, as far as I know.
Paul is quick to bury a question suggesting that the Beatles are a protest group.
I'd like to address this to any of the Beatles. Do you believe that you represent a different type of morality or a new type of morality than, say, a group like the Rolling Stones or the protest groups?
Are they a protest group? Since when?
No, or the protest group.
Or a protest.
Ah.
No, we don't. We don't represent anything like that. It's the Circle that do that. Other protest. Turn Down Day. I mean, you've heard that one, haven't you?
A question about John's motivation ends up in an eerie request to meet him 25 years later.
I'd like to ask John Lennon a question, and I hope I get a chance to ask him a second one. This is sort of double-barreled. I'd like to know your motivation in this. Money, I'd like to think it's enjoyment, and I'd like to think you're having as much fun as you seem to be when you're doing it.
Well, when I look as though I'm having fun, I am. You know, when I'm not usually. So
do I get another chance? One more chance? I had this little prediction, and in 25 years you're going to be a great writer. I'd like to talk to you about it sometime.
Well, I mean, we'll see in 25 years then.
I'll make a date.
Okay.
See you, Penny Lane.
George's throwaway comment about Penny Lane comes several months before Paul composes a song with the very same title. I wonder if Paul was subliminally influenced by George's comments at this press conference. Next, Paul addresses the growing maturity of their music and its impact on their audience.
Do you think that your music, the audience that your music attracts, has changed from, say, the 13 and 14-year-old group to more the college age? And if so, do you like it better that way?
I think he's probably got a bit older. I don't know how old, and it's nice.
Did you intend it that way?
No, we don't intend anything, you know. That's the trouble.
And also, Paul, since your rumors were denied, since you denied them, what are you doing after the show?
I don't know, marrying you probably.
The furore that had accompanied John's comments about the Beatles being more popular than Jesus came up, as it had done on all previous press conferences on the 66 tour.
How is the attendance on this tour compared to past American tours?
It's apparently been more people at the shows than there were last year.
Do you think that the so-called adverse publicity hurt or helped in this?
We've no idea, you know. We haven't been able to tell really, because the press keeps saying, I see it's hurt you, and our managers keep saying it hasn't. So, you know, who do we believe?
A question about their increased use of orchestration in their arrangements prompts different replies from both John and Paul before George wades in.
Your music used to be mostly composed of guitar backgrounds, and recently you've come around to strings and harpsichords and a lot of weird things like that. Is there any purpose in this evolution?
Yeah, just to use something else besides guitars.
And because those things aren't it's not necessarily sort of coming round to them, you know, like sort of giving into them. It's finding them again.
Finally, Paul explains how contractual deadlines can inform their songwriting process.
Paul, before you said that there are some songs you have to write. Could you explain what you mean by have to write?
No, I just said that in passing. I just meant that there was an LP due. And when an LP is due, we write songs. You know, we do it like that more than write all the time. We don't write all the time. We write more to order. You know, if we've got 14 tracks to fill, and we've got 14 songs to write, that's what I meant.
Their final US concert would be a few days later at Candlestick Park and herald the end of the touring years and also the end of their press conferences as a foursome.
John and Paul, I'd like to know if all the songs that are said to be written by Lennon and McCartney are always written by both of you, or do you ever do one all by yourself?
No, we do them separately and together.